First of all, congratulations on your sequel, because it was funny, and that's not
thanks.
always the case with sequels. You guys are producers. Obviously, you produced the first one, you produced the second one. So what changed for you as producers from 21 to 22?
You know, I think obviously, you know, one of the biggest jokes in the movie is that sequels are always more expensive and crappier than the first one, and I think managing that joke and trying to convince the studio that that's the biggest joke, that we're gonna need more money.
Yeah, the joke here is that you have to give us more money to spend on this movie that probably won't be as good as the first one.
It's kind of meta, because it's like you're making the studio do what you do in the movie.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
confusing.
speak for for being a writer on both. One of the writers of both of them is that the idea of having to balance everything, like I've done, whether it's drama or comedy, comes from like the truth and like honesty, even if it's good or bad, whatever. And to be able to have such a meta joke be at the core of this, which is that sequels suck, and
not all sequels.
Not all
Empire
sequels.
Strikes Back is an amazing sequel.
Godfather 2. There's a lot of great sequels, but
I love Gremlins 2.
But
for some reason.
you were claiming Jaws 2 earlier.
Jaws 2
I don't know where your head was at.
Jaws 2 is amazing.
He was like, Jaws 2 is better than Jaws 1, obviously.
I just had too much caffeine.
You were just running off.
I was just like saying words, like generally.
Microphone.
Yeah.
I think Austin Powers 2 is better than Austin Powers 1 because of Mini-Me.
Interesting, yeah. Mini-Me's funny.
You said one yesterday too. I can't remember what
Back
it was.
to the Future 2.
Yeah,
I had a long.
That's a good one.
I have a long
Meanwhile, that's
explanation
supposed to
if
be
you
like
want to hear
next
it.
year now, isn't it? Like,
It's
did Back
what?
to the Future 2 take place in 2016?
Oh,
or
really?
Oh my God!
It's like now.
Someone
Where's
should
my
do a
hoverboard?
documentary
Well,
on that.
I have a whole
Yeah, it's pretty good too.
speech about this.
If you want to hear it, I'm just saying it's pretty good.
You may not have time. So
Well, let's talk about your movie, and then after we'll get a beer and we'll talk about.
There we go. We'll go see a show at we'll see the Who at the Hollywood Bowl.
That sounds good.
Okay.
So in terms of the characters, obviously we know who you guys are. This film is all about your relationship. What happens in your relationship? What goes wrong, and how do you guys fix it? In a nutshell.
Well, basically, it's like, what happens when you go to college with your best friend from high school, the world opens up and there's all these new people and the world changes and your world gets so much bigger that you want to explore what else is out there, but you don't want to, also lose something that you have that's special. And so these guys kind of get the chance to grow apart. Maybe his character wants to more than mine does, and mine's holding on for dear life. And it's this really cool story about how that plays out.
Chris and Phil are kind of killing it right now everywhere. There's murder and comedy. So what would you say, having worked with them now twice, is their approach, and why do you think it works?
I think they're so open to like literally taking the best idea in the room. Like, they listen to everybody, and they still have the ability to be able to navigate through all the ideas and pick the one that I think is really the funniest to them. Like, it's still very much them. Like, I think we're good in the movie. Like, even in the first one and Lego, and there's all great actors, but their movies are so distinctly them. Like, and I think they are a character in their movies, even though that they're not a character in the movie. And I just think it's super special to have a especially a duo, like, and that it's not one voice, it's not one person, doing it. It's two people with one mind, essentially.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.